I pretty much called back to Hawaii and said, "Hey guys, I'm staying in Ohio."
For the weather.
Yeah,
the
if you
weather's
think of that conversation, it was like, "You're what, brother?" I'm staying in Ohio. Okay, mahalo.
Right. I mean, the original idea with Swig, like, tell me how Swig came about in the first place. Because that's
Originally, Swig, it's kind of cool. I was living in Hawaii, okay, in the island of Kauai, over the North Shore, and I'd call home. You miss your family, you miss your friends.
Mm-hmm.
And Jim, my business partner, was one of my greatest pals. Before I moved out there, we were drinking buddies, talking buddies. I worked in the corporate world then, and he was in the restaurant world, and I come from the restaurant world, and I was just in this, and for me, it's being in the corporate world was a different land, and so I'd moonlight at Stella's, and so we'd meet up over at a local pub, and so I'd call home and talk to him, and we just talk for a while, and he said, "Hey, stop in next time you come back through." Well, the resort, not even restaurant, but the resort I was working at was under reconstruction. So I came back to visit. Well, when I was here, he showed me where Swig is located. And I was like, oh my gosh, I lived across the street.
Mm-hmm.
I used to live across the street from where Swig is. And I used to look out that window, and some of my friends that would be hanging out. When I lived across the street, I was in my late 20s. And I always point across, at that time, it wasn't Broski's, it was Coral Hamburger. I'd always tell them, hey, I'm going to own that. And when I came back and Jim was like, what would you think about, partnering up, let's go in here and let's open a restaurant. I was like, oh, hell yeah. This is the best. This is insanely crazy awesome. And so I pretty much called back to Hawaii and said, hey guys, staying in Ohio.
For the weather.
Yeah, if you can think of that conversation, it was like, you're what, brother? I'm staying in Ohio. Okay, mahalo.
Right.
And so it was, I don't know, it was really neat. And so the name of Swig itself it came through the fact that we wanted to open, or it came through our idea of us wanting to open a elevated neighborhood gastropub. At the time, it wasn't called a gastropub. That was one of those, up and coming hipster words at the time.
Yeah.
We call it a neighborhood bar,
right?
Corner bar.
Yeah.
Elevated.
Yeah.
So, but accessible by anybody. And our thought was, at least when I was growing up, hey, give me a swig of that. When someone's drinking remember when Gatorades were so stupid expensive when we were kids?
Sure.
And hey, can I have a swig of that? And so we were like, well, this is right before the craft beer craziness started. This is 2008. What else came in 2008? A giant ass recession.
Right. Yeah.
So, but we were so focused on our little neighborhood bar, our little corner bar, that we didn't pay attention to a recession happening. I mean, we knew it was there, but we didn't know the depths. We weren't watching TV. We were knocking down walls and building things with our own hands. We built the bar with our own hands, the walls. We put everything together ourselves. Yeah. And we knew, we were like, all right, this is going to be a cool place. So we got down to menu making. We stopped and we were like, well, shit, what are we going to do? We have, we've got burgers, we got these hot dogs. And at that point, I stopped and was like, let's make our own. Hell with it. Let's make our own. I grew up from my grandparents, both sides of the family, making sausage, making our own, what you would call bologna, I call mortadella. We're making our own everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, it's, not that far off. Let's try it. And so instead of Swig, your friendly neighborhood bar, we literally sat around swigging and how about charcuterie and suds for the curious? It had that old west, like, come on in here, let's check this out. And so we slapped that as our sub brand, if you want to call it, right underneath Swig. And well, we learned how to make the best damn hot dogs around real quick.